Hey guys, welcome to the Popular Loners Club, where we mind our business, move in silence, and cut off anybody who thinks that we'll tolerate constant disrespect. Period. Okay? So before I proceed, I do use profanity. So if you don't like cussing, this might not be the channel for you. But if you can wrap your mind around it, then welcome. With that being said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So I ask all the ascended masters to protect the collective, myself, and our loved ones in daily life. Every message will not be your message, so only take what resonates and leave the rest for whomever it's meant for. We've been there before, so wherever you feel fit within in the reading, place yourself there with dignity, where we speak the truth and shame the devil in the details, even if you're guilty of the act. So after this reading, if you like what you heard, if it resonates with you anyway, I ask that you please like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel so we can help the channel grow together. So with much ado, namaste. Okay, guys. So I was channeling a message in regards to emotional baiting, and what came to me was the bait and switch only lasted for a quick minute. Didn't know you had it in you. So someone knew that you would react or stand up for yourself when times of when you felt like you had to defend yourself here, collective. Somebody actually took enjoyment in this. Okay, this is how they were weakening your defenses. I feel like someone was trying to poke you, like poke, but they love when you responded. They love when you reacted defensively. Okay, this person felt like when you did this here, collective, that they had more power over you, so they could have done this consistently. Okay, you could have felt like you just wasn't no punk, you wasn't scared or nothing like that, like you wasn't gonna just let nobody talk to you all kinds of ways or treat you all kinds of ways or whatever. And then you realize that the person was really baiting you into some responses here. Okay, I feel like you chose to pull your power back. Three of Wands. You pulled your power back and you started to look inwards. Okay, you started to reflect on the things that you needed to reflect on and work on, and not give all your emotions away here, collective. I feel like you decided to pull back and give nothing but self-love to yourself, self-respect. So let's see what comes out in the messages in the cards. I'll be pulling from many different decks. I just don't know which ones yet, so we'll start with the tarot. Today is December 31st. For those of you who celebrate the holidays, be safe, okay? Be safe. I'm gonna be right here, bro. I don't even think I'm gonna watch the ball drop. Alright. The Knight of Pentacles is coming out in the course in here. So I feel like somebody was doing something out of boredom, or somebody was working very hard to get some sort of reaction from you. What's the Knight of Pentacles in course in? Eight of Wands. Ace of Swords in reverse. All right, so somebody did not want you to pay attention to your intuition here, collective. Somebody wanted to confuse you. Somebody, again, like I said, wanted to bait you into a reaction. Somebody wanted you to tell them exactly how you felt about them so they can use certain things against you later on. Yeah, this is somebody who causes nothing but confusion. Okay, chaos. All right. I feel like this is somebody who could also run from emotions or look at emotions as being just weak altogether. Okay, and like I said, this is somebody who will continuously bait you in some sort of like defense energy to where you would respond to their antics here, collective. Somebody just did not, look at you as being someone as powerful, Somebody looked at you as being weak. Somebody looked at you as like somebody they can just use to get their rocks off, okay? They did this over time. It was meticulous. It was very, this is something that you could have been dealing with for years here, collective. And I keep just hearing, I ain't no punk. Nobody is going to say what they want to say to me, do what they want to do to me. I ain't no punk. So you could have felt like you had to respond and just realize that shit just wasn't changing. Like, this is just somebody who enjoyed you being in a energy of defensiveness to where they felt like they were more powerful than you. It's like somebody was working on your fucking nerves. Seriously, over time. Yeah, for control. Somebody wanted some sort of power and control over you. They seen you as being very weak, I'm sorry to say. But this is somebody who felt like, you know, you will always give your power away just by you responded to their antics. They knew exactly what they were doing here, collective. Yes, they knew exactly what they were doing. I feel like you can learn from this person by drawing your power back within, by over time realizing and recognizing the baits that they've been putting you through, the emotional challenges that they've been putting you through here, collective. This person is weak as fuck. So it's now time to, you know, step into their shoes, okay? Take power and control over your life. Look at the bullshit that they put you through and just start blocking them out. Start controlling yourself, your responses. When you're silent, they don't know what the fuck is coming next. Like, they don't know what's creeping up here, collective. So yeah, it's now time to play the game, okay? Even if you feel like you're losing, but you've always been losing because you've been giving some sort of emotional responses to this person who has been trying hard to just gain control and power over you. It's like somebody knows your routine, but you know this person's routine as well. It's time to flip the fucking switch, okay? It's the Eight of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles. I'm hearing there could have been a lot of makeup sex, a lot of love bombing, gaslighting, and it would lead to something passionate. I'm hearing the sex was good. Like, you know, the sex was definitely good between you and this person here. It was even better when you were angry, when you was upset, you know, when you really just didn't want to do it or whatever. But like, this is somebody who made you feel good sexually. You made this person feel good sexually. I feel like this is what they always wanted from you anyway. They wanted you to get in this this rage mode, okay, then come back with a love offer, okay? And again, this is over time, so you know this person. Y'all know each other's routines. You just was losing the battle, period, because you was being emotionally manipulated to respond in very defensive ways to have this person feel like they have control over your reactions. Now you can withdraw this here, collective. Okay, and now you can refocus whatever the things that made you feel good. You can focus those on other things, maybe creating a business. Some of you can be very entrepreneurial. You have ideas that you're ready to pour into. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, sexual or involving anyone else. It's about pouring more love into yourself here, collective. Being independent, being a real natural leader, because that's what you were born to do. You were born to lead. You could absolutely Listen to your heart. I know your heart loves this person, but your heart also loves you too. And you could have been over time loving somebody who was trying to be a leader over you, control over you, boss over you, just manipulate you emotionally, bait you into these goddamn rages. And now it's time for you to turn it back around. Turn it back to you. Turn it back to you. Starve this person of your affection. Your heart feels love and they feel pain too. It's like focus on that pain so that way you don't give this person any more of your emotions, your time, your loving, your body, your presence, your responses, nothing. Mm-mm. We have the Tower. So something is definitely about to separate or coming to an end or has. So remember, this is past, present, or future. You okay? He's okay. I feel like, it could feel like this is a sudden change for you, but I'm sorry, y'all. He's playing. He's playing. Hey. Can you play over there? I feel like that, you can feel like this is a sudden change here or whatever, but it's always been chaotic. It's always been emotionally chaotic, destructive. It's always been leading up to an ending, a separation, a transformation, an awakening. Okay. And I feel like you just need to release whatever emotions you have for this person and just look at it for what it is. There's no more rose-colored glasses. Okay. It's pull them bitches off and see clearly. Okay. So I feel like now you're beginning to see clearly about how the structure of your relationship was put together, and it was really based off of your emotional responses. Okay. So somebody was getting a kick out of you being emotional in a relationship, especially if this is an emotionally unavailable person. Okay. And this is why they would bait you in certain areas. I'm also hearing bait and switches, like, okay, when you responded, they would then blame you for everything. Like they would blame you for what they actually started. Like, yeah, this person was someone who was very manipulative as well, did not take any kind of responsibility for their actions or their roles in the situation here. You could have felt like you was going fucking insane. Okay. Nothing but upheaval, chaos. It probably got worse over time here, collective, and you just started to just chuck it up like, oh, okay, this is just them, this is just us, this is how. But yeah, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Whatever this relationship was built off of, it wasn't. Look. It's like you could have given this person opportunity after opportunity to, fix their shit or whatever here, collective. And I do feel like, over time, you could have felt like, like people are people. You could have felt like this wasn't your issue, your problem. It was their issue, their problem, but it was actually seeping into you here, collective. It's like somebody was expecting or wanting you to lead in a way where they didn't have to express themselves emotionally or be vulnerable. They wanted to cause nothing but chaos, destruction in your life. And my thing is, if someone is causing that energy to come out, this is not the person for you. It's a karmic lesson, it's a karmic contract, and it's something that just needed to be sealed and closed and separated from. Okay, what's the Tower in this Two of Cups? We have the Two of Wands. I feel like you've decided to remove yourself from a situation here. I feel like the two of you were not going to, get along. It was going to always be chaotic and destructive. Somebody was going to always continuously try to bait you into emotional rages, responses, so that way they can go ahead and put the blame on you. Well, it's you that goes, you the one that's doing this, you the one that's bullying me, you the one, I feel like this is just somebody who was a bait and switcher. Period. And I feel like you found the courage to remove yourself from a situation, follow your heart, and take all of the knowledge that you learned in this difficult relationship with you. It's like people don't get the responses that they expect from you anymore here, collective. They don't get to get those things from you. It comes with a very high price. Okay, you could have been very, very impulsive when it came to you speaking your fucking mind. Like, you were ready, you were running to the fight. Okay, you was running to the fight because it's like you didn't want nobody to see you as being weak, but you didn't realize that this was making you look weak. Always being impulsive, running to the fight, always having to defend yourself. This was making you look weak. Okay. And then people knew this about you. They will bait you all the time here, collective. This part, They will bait you for a very long time. This could be a work environment, a family situation, a romantic relationship, whatever it is. You're going to have betas in your life no matter what. You just have to learn how to pull back the energy, how to pull back the responses, so that way they won't, feed off of you. Starve these motherfuckers. It's definitely time to starve them. I don't think someone felt like you had it in you to leave, collective, okay? I feel like this is somebody who felt like you got comfortable in a situation to where you was able to manage it, but it was really breaking you down from within. And I feel like this is somebody who knew this. I feel like, again, they felt like they had more power and control over your feelings, your emotions, maybe even the finances. Maybe you didn't leave because of the finances. Maybe you can't leave because of the finances. But it's like, shit, over time, you better start saving some fucking money so you can get more control over your life here, collective. Don't spend every goddamn dime. If you're like a stay-at-home or whatever, and you get a allowance, or something, don't spend everything. Put some shit to the side, so when it's time for you to remove yourself from the situation, you have a little, nest egg to fall back on. Again, I get it. Like, this can be someone who is powerful, somebody who has a lot of connections in the community. Maybe the family doesn't know what's going on here, collective. Maybe they do, but maybe they're so traditional, old school, that where they chucked it up, to abuse being a part of just life, that you just have to deal with it if you want to, be in a relationship or whatever. And you're just like, okay, well, then I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. If this is what I have to do, if I got to continuously sacrifice myself to appease other people emotionally just so they can take advantage or feel power and control over me, then I'd rather be alone. So there's no more building weak foundations when you come into connections here, collective, when you are coming into partnership. 22 can be of significance. I do feel like here, collective, you just broke away from whatever you once knew. And it's like you're really focusing on something new here. But I don't feel like these people felt like you had it in you. Somebody really felt like you did not have it in you. They felt like you was going to be stuck forever, that you was not going to break free from the pack. Yeah. Show their asses. Don't give them no more love. You gave them enough. I want to make you smile. I miss your smile. This is somebody talking something very sexual here, collective. Okay? Because I don't see you smiling very much in this relationship while you was in it. Maybe when they was controlling you. I am ready to take off my mask. Somebody is ready to come in and tell you the truth. That all along they were baiting you, or all along that they wasn't shit. I wouldn't trust it. I would stay going. I will continue to turn my back on whatever the situation is. I am in love with you. I feel like this is somebody who doesn't know healthy love and doesn't know how to express it, okay? And I feel like the only way they were able to be with you is because they were gaining access from you. The emotional baiting. This wasn't love. This was them trying to keep you near, so that way they can just have your access, your love. And if somebody is chasing you here, collective, this is because they want you to feel like they're making some sort of effort, but it's really not. They don't respect your boundaries. They don't respect your no. So therefore, collective, they only want you in their life so that way they can bait you into some sort of reaction. This is not love. This is somebody who thinks they know what love is, but this is a real toxic energy. I knew you were the one when I met you. So somebody knew you were the one, but they didn't know how to express themselves correctly, or they just didn't know how to lead the relationship in a healthy way. All right. I feel like somebody watched you. Somebody knew that you was just that person. Like, I'm not going to allow somebody just to say whatever the fuck they want to say to me. And whatever I got to say, I'm just going to say it. But it doesn't work that way in the world. Sometimes it's better for you just to stay silent, for people to, let them think what they're going to think, about whatever your emotion is going to be. If they think that you're a sucker, let them think that you're a sucker. Do you think that you're a sucker? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put on a show for people. You don't have to continuously try to explain yourself to people. And I feel like, in that energy, it's like saying you explaining yourself. You trying to make it to where I don't see you as being weak, or I don't see you as being a punk or whatever. But you're explaining yourself to me. Just be quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So again, it's a learning situation. I feel like, over time, this could have been something that has been in your relationship. Maybe you were quiet before in the past, and then you turned to being loud. But it's like now you can see that there is just never pleasing anyone. Okay, maybe you're unpleasable. The fuck, like, and that's okay too. You just be alone. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being alone. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself. You don't need motherfuckers in your energy to make you feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So again, maybe you are unpleasable. Maybe there were times when you just was very, very silent. You didn't speak up. You didn't say much. Then you changed it. And then you started speaking up. You started to defend yourself. And then it's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like, what's the lesser of the poisons? And you never considered, maybe I just need to be alone. Maybe I just need to work on everything on my own, build my own foundation, my own stability, my own emotional health, my love. Like, maybe, okay? So it's definitely, you definitely could have lived, the best of both worlds. The silent one and the don't fuck with me one, the responsive one. But I guess it just depends on the environment in which you are in. You'll know what you need to separate from or remove yourself from. If this is a work environment and you are adamant about your coins, and it may not be the right time for you to leave because your coins may not be how you want it to be to feel comfortable with leaving, then you're going to just have to withdraw. Okay, just take back whatever you was doing and just do it the opposite way, so that way it can work for you. Okay, releasing the need to control the people or the circumstances around you is not going to change, but you need that money. I'm caught up in a karmic relationship. So this could be somebody who was already in a karmic relationship, or you have been continuously being in these karmic relationships. You can realize you can possibly be in a karmic relationship with yourself. Like I said, like, you know, when we're so fixed on certain identity, it's kind of hard for us to break out and free ourselves from our own misery. Okay, and we won't see it that way though. But if you're not getting positive responses, right, if it's always a negative response, then apparently it's something within that you just have to switch up. You can no longer do it, though it feels so close to home for you, though it feels just, you know. So say for you're a storyteller, you know, I'm not saying a liar, but you're a storyteller. The way that you tell stories, you may put too much details into the stories. You may give, you know, names. It's just too many details or whatever, and you might just have to dead that. But I feel like, you know, there's not a shameful bone in your body that this is why you can possibly be the way that you are, and many people are this way. And if you want to be accepted, this is for those of you who want to be accepted, and you will adjust this. For those of you who just don't give a fuck, you're just not. You're just going to withdraw your energy away. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to continue to move around and be a drifter, okay? But whatever this is, somebody could possibly be in a karmic relationship, or somebody can just be karmic, okay? I'm gonna get one more. Two came out. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. If you're removing yourself from somebody feels like you're just not ready for them. But I feel like they could possibly be in a relationship. Okay, or they just need some healing. They need to heal. You need to heal. It's just not the right timing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can meet somebody, you be like, it's damn, why now? Everything is all messed up. Everything is not how whatever, you know, and you just need to, like, not focus on them, but focus more on yourself. Focus on how you feel in in this connection with whoever this is, wherever you are. It says I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. So you did make the decision to remove yourself from a situation here, collective, because somebody feels like you're going to continuously, you know, play with your emotions. And this can be somebody who consistently say, I don't play games, but they play nothing but games. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know it. But it is not the way that you're going to be able to show this person. Keep them blocked. Okay? If you have to communicate with this person with the 8 of Wands here, keep it at a minimum. Okay? Don't ask them how their day is going. You know? Don't try to get personal with whomever this is here. Just keep it at a minimum. Okay? If you have to speak to this person or be around this person. Or people, shit. But they're going to miss you when you're going. Why? Because they got so used to controlling you. You was making people feel good on your own expense here, collective. You was carrying a lot of burden, but you didn't know it. So while you reacted, it made people feel powerful and above you, and it made them feel good that, you know, they weren't at the bottom of the shit pole for a change. You know what I'm saying? Like you took on that energy for everybody around you here, collective. But now that you're gone, then who? Even if you're still physically there, okay? Even if you're still physically there, you took away that energy, that emotional response that they have baited you into over and over and over and over and over. It's gone now. They're going to continue to try things. Just laugh at it. Just laugh at it. Don't even respond. We have woman holding a coin. The number 4224 can be significant. The number 6. We also have the sixth chakra at the bottom of the deck, Archangel Metatron. The number 40. So something about the 40s. You could be in your 40s. I don't know why I just got a headache. It says this is the card that represents the female connection in money, health, or value. And I feel like, again, this is what you are working on, collective. I feel like, you are connecting more so with money. I said that. I feel like, you can be worried about your mental health, your emotional health, all those, the health factor, physical health, whatever, and or your value. You can be doing all three, okay, collective. And again, somebody just feels like, you didn't have it in you, that you wasn't going to withdraw, but they already fucked around and they found out. So it's no responding, it's no explaining, it's nothing. It's allowing this person to be who they are, so that way you can grow who you are, okay? So it says, the elegantly dressed woman on this card sits on a beautiful chair holding a bright gold coin. When the card comes upright in a woman's reading, it may refer to her directly and to a successful endeavor regarding her own finances or health. This card could also signal a woman of support or assistance regarding these issues. She may give you financial advice or connect you with someone who does. This woman may be someone you meet where you make your money, or it may be a woman of wealth and value. Either way, this card is telling you to be on the lookout for helpful assistance, or even the possibility of new love or friendship connected to a woman of wealth or business, okay? The world supports me in my financial goals. I am making synchronistic connections that serve and honor me. That's an affirmation you can tell yourself. Let me repeat that. The world supports me in my financial goals. I am making synchronistic connections that serve and honor me. So yeah, it's all about you. It's right now. I don't and it's nothing you are doing wrong. You're not being selfish in any kind of way. So the sixth chakra card is at the bottom of the deck. It's Archangel Metatron. It's in regards to clarity of thought and personal vision. You are clear now. You're realizing that your emotional responses and your lack of emotional responses, either way, too much slanted on one side of the sword is still going to give you a karmic, situation. Now, when you learn how to balance the two of them and you sit right in the middle of the sword and you know how to respond in different situations or different times or different moments here, collective, you will become more balanced, okay? So this is the clarity that has arisen or is about to, or it should, okay? It says, this very powerful Archangel Metatron brings brilliant indigo vibrations to your brow chakra or third eye, which is the center devoted to insight and clear thought. When this card appears upright, it indicates a much greater clarity in your thought process and expanded perspective toward broader horizons. Some new perceptions are taking hold and the clouds of confusion are clearing. In some ways, this could be a new beginning for you're on your way to developing a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. Now is the time to focus on your personal vision. What do you want your life to look like in the years ahead? Create a clear picture of that and support it with your daily thoughts. The insight you need to create a vibrant life is available to you now. And the affirmation is, my sixth chakra is open to its perfect, healthy state. My personal vision guides me, and my thoughts are peaceful and clear. Let me repeat. My sixth chakra is open to its perfect, healthy state. My personal vision guides me, and my thoughts are peaceful and clear. Guys, this is your message. This is all I have for you. Until next time, namaste.